Okay, everybody, this will be the last one of the summer, I believe, as I, upon return from vacation and from the clickiness, will have killed the cockroach that's clicking, click, 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 in the house. I'm here to introduce you to a product. It is a shareware product called Smoothdraw. And it then, more or less for me, rounds out a software suite that includes SketchUp, AutoCAD, MeshLab, and a whole bunch of others, as you know. This one, Smoothdraw program, is what is used by Sal Khan for making his Khan Academy videos. And I finally saw that in print and in an interview. The print was in the Tribune. And the interview was such. And so I'm just going to do a real quick demo. And it's just basically a paint program, but it's free and it's got a lot of power. So I'm also using a bamboo tablet. And because you can get tablets for around $50 or even less depending on your computer, it's something to keep your eye out for. A tablet which lets you to use a pen interface. So what you see Sal doing on a regular basis is doing something like this.
I have 4 Izzy's.
10 to the 5th power divided by 10 to the 7th power is the same as 10 to the 5 minus 7, which is 10 to the minus 2, which is the same as 1 over 10 to the 2, which is equal to 1/100th. So I demonstrate that for the smoothness, not for the handwriting. My kids quickly figured out how to do this. And you can do this on top of other programs. Okay, so I'm going to stop this and pause it and see what happens. So I'm going to resume here and kind of show you how this works on another program. And I'm going to open up a file, say no here, and I'm going to open up just a photo that's lying around and kind of show you, just for demonstration purposes, this is something I had actually cleaned up. There had been some text a little bit here, and so I can basically at this point put in some mark school. I'm not writing in this case. I hit an X up here. I'm going to place mark school. Now somehow it placed it where I didn't want it to be. So there's mark school. But I can actually, what we were doing here is, this is a place that we might want to get rid of the grass, and so we kind of started playing around doing this. And I'm just running back and forth, kind of greening it in. This is black. I can change colors. I can do all kinds of stuff. Right, so this is shareware, which means it is, this is freeware. So you want to go out and do a search on Smoothdraw and do the download. And I'm going to tell you, this one, it's got 1 or 2 up on Paint. And you'd kind of do it because Sal does it. That's going to be a part of the theme. And we'll talk about why, how one adopts in a very, very diverse world, how one goes about adopting software. And you can't do all the research yourself sometimes, you just got to trust. And so that's this program. It is called Smoothdraw, and it's a download. You'll have to go out, do a Google search. Definitely worth grabbing it, along with, we talked about before, a good text editor, some good 3D modelers like SketchUp, a point cloud worker like MeshLab, AutoCAD and its products, animation. These all become the basic hammer and nails for a lot of the work that you do on a computer. Of course, you still have to use common sense. You still have to be able to kind of not walk into traffic. You still have to know that gravity acts down, buoyancy acts up. You still have to know about friction. You still have to know that how multiplication, division, all that stuff works. But the plethora of software, and I'm limiting it to, for the most part, to freeware here, is just, it's astounding. It is astounding. And so we'll be really concentrating on using these tools and synthesizing and getting at least each of you that has a laptop to kind of come up with some common set of shareware software that we all can kind of learn to use in the ubiquitous positioning and the ubiquitous computing world. So I'll see if I don't know how to actually change my view here. It doesn't let me zoom out too much. So that's right. Basically all kinds of different things you can do with this. One is to make a butterflies flying around, and that's how you go about doing that. All right. Once again, the program, clicking here, go out to the website. You'll see that the program is called Smoothdraw. Smoothdraw. And when I get back from holiday, I will summarize, put these all, update the kind of the website which shows you this free software. But this is one that you can really play around with, and this of course came from Khan Academy, so we want to give them a plug every time they show us something beyond basic math, chemistry, physics, history. Even the software and the methods are pretty useful. So thanks for listening.